Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tek Torrent Podcast. This is podcast number 21 of the year. How is everyone doing? We got a fantastic show for you today. Today, we're going to be talking about the NVIDIA GPU unlaunch of the 12GB 4080, and we're really going to go really deep into that, at least in my opinion, being that how they've kind of done the same thing in the past, but this time they're actually doing something about it. So it'd be really interesting to see what they do in the future. Before we get started, I'm just going to call out all the people in chat. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Make sure you guys can hear me. The video looks good and all that good stuff. Just want to make sure that nothing's cutting in or out and that I'm coming in nice and smooth because it's working on my end. All right. So we got Kurunda Bits. How you doing, man? Man, you did really well today in the poker tournament. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, you did a good job, man. Gundy, how you doing, man? Gundy, welcome to the stream. Soul7, how you doing? Thanks for being here. And anyone else that is joining, welcome to the stream. We'll just go right into our first topic of the night. After we talk about, I want to touch on the Aeon poker tournament that I just got done with about a little over 2 hours ago, actually. So, for those of you that don't know, we had a Aeon poker tournament, all right? And it was quite a bit of fun. Thank you so much to Josh Nick and Crypto Mikkel and everyone that was involved, from the people that made the thumbnail all the way to the people that were involved with getting it organized and getting all the people to join. It was quite a bit of fun. I lasted much longer this time. I made it to place number 106, which I think last time I got knocked out really soon. Like, I didn't even make it to the break. Actually, I don't think I made it to the... Yeah, I did. I made it to the break this time. So the first break, the first 5-minute break, which was great. That made me really happy. It was like a personal best for me. I would love it to make it to the last 50 people, but maybe in the next tournament we'll see how that goes. I'm really bad at poker, and I'm just too ambitious, man. I just think I got a good hand no matter what I have. Corondabit says, fantastic, looks good as always. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. I do, as you guys know, I try my best to make everything look really good and sound good here on the TekShinji YouTube channel. Jay-Z, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for being here, man. It's good to see you again. Just make sure everything looks good over here. Okay. Timothy, if you're here, I need you to tell me that you're here in the stream's live chat, not in Discord, okay? That way I can see who you are. New England Crypto, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining. Efron says all 7 of us here. Yeah, 7. I mean, it's not really about the viewership at this point, guys. It's mostly about the community. And I obviously appreciate everyone being here. I would love for more people to be here, but it's kind of nice when it's small like this. I could be more personable. I'm not under so much pressure to like perform and all that stuff, you know. Yeah, so let me get into the first thing. Efron says, I'm Timoth. Oh, are you? I didn't know that. Yes. Soul7 says, smash that like button, please. Yes, please do. We got 7 people watching and only 3 likes. So what's going on with that? Smash it on the way out if you want to leave. All right, guys. So allegedly, no, not allegedly, this is actually confirmed. NVIDIA has unlaunched the RTX 4080 12GB. Now, make sure you heard me correctly. The RTX 4080 12GB. Okay? So the problem with the naming and all that is because you would think that the 4080 16GB and the 4080 12GB would be the same card minus, you know, a couple of gigs of VRAM, right? No. They're actually 2 totally different cards, okay? They're both on like the same architecture and stuff, but the process node and the die size, everything is pretty much not the same. So just to give an example, guys, the RTX 4080 16GB, all right, the die size, so the physical size of the silicon is 378.6 millimeters squared, okay? The other one, the 12GB, is 294.5 millimeters squared. So it's even physically different, not just like specs, it's physically different. It's got a significant number less CUDA cores. So the 16GB card has the 9,728 CUDA cores. The 12GB has 7,680 CUDA cores, which is almost, what is that, 2,100 less, 2,100 less CUDA cores? That's quite significant. That's a big percentage. All right, I'm not going to go over all the specs, but essentially, they are 2 totally different cards as far as specs goes. They're not the same on almost any level whatsoever, other than, you know, maybe, I mean, not even its physical size, actually. They're totally different cards. So, you can understand how someone that buys the 4080 12GB, like, oh, just 12GB less VRAM. I don't need 16GB, and honestly, you really don't. As long as you have more than 6, you're pretty much going to be all right. I know some people might call me out on that, but a lot of people aren't playing 120 FPS 4K gaming. Not realistically. I'm not even doing that, okay? And I got all the horsepower I need, and it just doesn't make any sense. So as long as you have more than 6GB of VRAM in most games, you're not going to really care that much. If you have 10 or 12, that's even better. But 16 versus 12, you know, most people might think, hey, I don't need those extra 4 gigs of VRAM. I'll just go with the cheaper one. Well, psych, it's actually a different card too. So, oh, let me just catch up on chat real quick. Let's see. Efren says I'm a ninja. Yeah, I didn't know that was you, Timoth. If you want to see the thing I was telling you about, just let me know in live chat, and I will go ahead and do that for you. John Z says, just like the phone YouTube chat, so hard to add people. Yeah, John Z, I hear you, man. I wish YouTube would fix that. Of course, they're not gonna, at least not yet. Soul7 says, on today's Fixation 5 vendor, he has fashioned me late. No, he's here. That's all that matters. Let's see. Efren says, NVIDIA lost their marbles. The 4090 good. Unlaunch other cards, not need them. Well, I got my own opinions on the 4090, which I'll tell you about in just a moment, and I'll actually get into why I was wrong on something about the 4090. That's going to be an interesting thing. Don't remind me to talk about that if I skip the GPU things without saying anything. Let's see. Oh, hello, Philip. Thank you for joining the live stream. I'm glad you are here. New. I haven't seen you before. Let's see. Soul7. So the 12GB was meant to be the poor man's 4080. Well, it was until we all freaking called NVIDIA out for making a totally different card. It's almost as if they took the 4070 Ti and just renamed it to 4080. Literally just named it differently to essentially charge us more money for something that is totally different than a 4080 16 gigabyte. It's not even the same die, guys. It's a totally different GPU when it comes to the specifications. Efren says, yeah, Shinji in darkness, gotta see. All right, so in our Discord, I posted a picture of what this currently looks up. If you guys aren't joined yet, it is in the description, link down below, right under that like button, mind you. Go ahead and join. It's a great community. But I posted in there a photo of what I'm looking at right now. And Timoth, or Efron, or whatever his name is, says that, do I have to stare at that bright light? Yes, because this is what it would look like if I didn't have any lighting. So if I turned off the light, this is what you guys would see. So this kind of, I mean, this isn't very appealing. You can't really see me that well. And I mean, if I check the, yeah, so it kind of almost looks like one of those Apple iTunes commercials from way back. This is probably not beneficial for most people, and it's making the contrast hard to see. So I'll go ahead and turn the lights back on there so you guys can see that. But yeah, that is the reason why I am staring at a bright light. Another thing with bright light, this kind of gets into the photography side. There's this thing called ISO, which is your image sensitivity. So the best way I could describe the image sensitivity, have you ever gone outside dark at night and try to look at something? You ever see like static or like noise, or is like the picture's not crystal clear, right? If it's kind of murky, maybe unfocused or something like that, that's kind of like what ISO is on a camera. The ISO allows the image sensor to gather more light at the sacrifice of noise, quality, and sharpness. So you can see more of the picture, more light in the area rather, because there's not very much, but the picture gets all messed up and it's hard to see. So the more light I have on myself, I can lower the ISO, which means the image will take the sensor on the camera will take a much clearer, sharper, cleaner image with no noise. So the only noise you would actually see is like in the shadows, like my hair right here. So right underneath there's like shadow. That is what would be noisy if you were to brighten up this image that you're seeing. Anyways, so that is why there's really bright lights in studios and like in the newsroom. You see that where they're standing, there's all these lights around them. That's why, to get a image that you have a lot more range with, because if you have a lot of light, you can always adjust something later in post. In fact, what you guys are seeing right now, right, does not look like what the camera's seeing at all. There's actually something called a LUT, or a light lookup table. A lookup table that is applied to this. Thank you so much to Mastermind Andrew, by the way. He programmed that LUT for me. He did a great job on that. And that makes the image look a lot more natural, because my skin, you know, doesn't look like it does in some scenarios with certain cameras. So this LUT makes the color and saturation look a lot more natural. So let me take a look at the live chat real quick. Let's see. Fixation 500 says that is sus. New England Crypto says creepy. Yeah, I mean, it's right in time for Halloween, right? Oh, that's like in what? Less than 2 weeks. I better get ready. I got a video I want to release that's kind of Halloween themed. Efron says, LOL, what is your video cam that bad with contrast? No, it's not that bad. I just wanted a lot of light to make sure I capture a good image that I could adjust later. The lower your ISO, the better image you can capture, and the more you could do to it before it starts to degrade. Fudweiser says, thought you were talking about ISD. No, I'm talking about ISO. I don't know what ISD is. Soul7 says, makes you appear Asian. Yes, I look a lot more Asian. So originally, if you go back in time and look at our really early streams, I kind of look like a pale ghost. And if you've ever met me in person, you will know that I'm much darker. I have like an olive skin tone, actually. I'm not like white like paper, okay? I'm actually a little bit darker in person. That's my natural skin tone. And all of our videos were coming out looking like a ghost no matter what I did. And Andrew pointed that out, and he helped me fix it. I really appreciate it. Fudweiser means LSD. Oh, LSD. So there's a lot of good medical uses. We're getting off topic here. Let me just finish up the 4080 thing, and then we'll just kind of go into the whatever segment. Yeah, so NVIDIA has basically did a unlaunch. They said, yeah, we're not going to do that no more. We decided that it's not kosher. We're not gonna launch. So here's the problem with that, right? So for those of you that don't know, many years ago, in the good old year 2016, NVIDIA launched a GPU called the 1060 6GB first, okay? And then they released a GPU called the 1060 3GB, which, by the way, is similar but not the same. It's a lot more similar than the 12 and 16GB 4080. It's a lot more similar than the 12 and 16GB 4080. So with the 1060, it was very minute differences. One of the major ones was the memory. You got half as much memory, half. And I'm not exactly sure the reason why they did this. Maybe it was because there was a mining boom and they wanted to capitalize on that, kind of like with the 3090, 3090 Ti. So yeah, it's very much similar. So it's got 1,152 CUDA cores on the 3GB variation and 1,280 CUDA cores on the 6GB. Now that is only a mere 130 or so more CUDA cores, which is a significant less difference in percentage of CUDA cores than the other one, which is the 4080 series that we're talking about. Its core clock and boost clock were also exactly the same, and it's so the teraflops, it's the amount of it's like a number that determines how much data throughput it can calculate per time, was exactly the same. The type of memory it was exactly the same. Memory bandwidth is exactly the same. The wattage, the 6-pin, everything, except the CUDA cores were a little bit different, and things called SMs and TCPs were a little bit different, like less than a couple of percentage, like maybe 10% at most on some of those. But they did launch it, and it did confuse a lot of people because a lot of people saw 1060 3GB and didn't really notice the 3GB portion, and then they bought that, and they thought they were getting a good deal on the graphics card when they were getting a lesser value graphics card because it was missing stuff. So that is something that NVIDIA has done in the past. Now, to be very clear, what they just did, or what they attempted to do with the 16GB and 12GB 4080 are not the same. They are significantly different versus the 3 and 6GB 1060s. They're very different. In fact, the physical die is different. They didn't just laser off a few cores or CUDA cores or whatever and call it good. No. They were physically different. So it is not a good thing, guys. So getting into the other part of this with AIB partners and stuff, a lot of them have already printed boxes and have material that says 12GB. So they're going to have to change all this. And that, you know what that means? It's not going to launch this year. The 16GB variant will in fact launch this year, according to some sources that spilled the beans that are pretty accurate. I believe it's November 16th or something like that. So next month, almost a month from now exactly. And the 12GB variant will be coming around CES of next year, right in January or February there, which makes sense because that's when AMD will be launching a lot of the RDNA 3 products and stuff. So it'll be kind of good to know. Let's just take a look at chat before we move on. Efren says ISD need new drinks because that boom or something fixation in New England always drinks went bust. I think it's called Bang. Yeah, like Bang, like Bang. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I always love a good bang in the morning. And maybe a little bit, maybe a little bang before I go to sleep. No, I'm joking. I don't like having a bang before I go to sleep. Then I can't go to sleep. But in the morning, having that nice morning bang, it's great because, you just wake up and you're ready to go. Gives you a lot of energy. Of course, I'm talking about the energy drink, okay? Obviously. Fixation 500 says, Efren, Bang isn't dead yet. That's good to know. Let's see. Efren says, is it Is it your secret to be so energetic in videos? No, I actually do not drink Bang. The only time I drink Bang is when I'm hanging out with New England Crypto, or actually only when I'm hanging out with New England Crypto. I've never drinking a Bang outside of that, and I really appreciate him bringing them along. They taste good. It's not something I would drink every day. It's very sweet tasting to me. Fixation 500 sources. Yes, sources. Soul7 says the 12 gigabyte will be renamed as the 4070 Ti. Yes. I believe that is maybe something they wanted to do, but they didn't because they thought they could make more money on the 4080. I believe a 4070 Ti is a much better naming designation because that won't confuse people as much. You gotta remember, guys, almost everyone that buys computer parts are not as knowledgeable as me or you guys. Most people, so this is just the fact, just statistical numbers, most people that buy computers don't buy them because they're enthusiasts. No, they buy them because they need it for school, work, or their kid wants to play games, and they really don't pay attention to these things. So when they go to the checkout and they could get two 4080s and one of them is a little bit cheaper and it's only like this gigabyte of memory thing, what do you think people are going to do? They're going to go for the cheaper one because we all know price really sells things, especially here in America and many other developed parts of the world. Price, I mean, that's just how the economy works. If you have something that's almost as good for cheaper, most people will just go for that. Unless you're me, of course, then I'll just not do that because I'm, you know, not smart. All right, so Fixation says, no, that's I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on stream, so I'm just gonna not say it. Efren says, have you seen Tweet American and European complain GPU price? Maybe not anymore. It's been a while since we had. I mean, it was this year where a 3090 Ti was $2,000. I mean, this year, okay? It's insane to think about. Like, so the 3090 Ti came out, what, 5 months ago, 3 months ago or something? And then now the 4080 series is here. I mean 4090 is here, which is significantly better. We're going to get into that in just a moment. No thank you. No thank you. Like, wow, what? Like, that was definitely NVIDIA just trying to take our money. Like, definitely just trying to price gouge us. Let's see. Fixation says when the new Oculus comes out, will be bought for the 8K VR, 4090 for everyone. Yes, 8K VR is really great. It especially if you're having a high frame rate. You would need a minimum of 96 to make sure your eyes don't go crazy when you're doing the 8K VR, obviously. So now going on to the 4090. Let me see, what note did I write on that? I didn't write much about it. Oh yeah, there's one last thing I wanted to talk about before we move on to the 4090. So, as you all know, it is no secret by now, EVGA has left the building. That's right, guys. EVGA has left the building. They are no longer making NVIDIA graphics cards. Now, what I hope they do is that they make like the Intel graphics cards. That would be pretty nice if they made those, but it's not it's not known what they're gonna do, guys. They say they have a plan and all this, but they haven't really announced what they're gonna do. So EVGA is no longer making NVIDIA graphics cards, and we all know EVGA is one of my favorite graphics card manufacturers because they always had such good quality and their prices weren't too bad. So did they leave at the right time, right? So imagine you being an AIB partner for NVIDIA, then NVIDIA makes this announcement, hey, yeah, you know all those boxes you made with the 4080 12 gigabyte? Yeah, we're going to have to ask you to not do that anymore, and we'll give you a little credit for that. Thanks, appreciate it. Now, as a AIB partner, you got no choice, because if you try to sold those, it'll be illegal, essentially. So you got to do all the work of changing the boxes, all the work of doing all that labor, all that, logistical process, and NVIDIA rather is just going to give you a small credit for it. Come on, really? Like, I don't know, man. That seems a little kind of like, hey, we know you got nowhere else to go. We're just going to do whatever we want. And that's really annoying, at least in my opinion. I really hate, like absolutely hate monopolies with a burning passion. Absolutely hate it. So that is the last thing I wanted to say about that. Regarding the 4090, as we all know, they had their own share of problems. The 16-pin cable could only be bent 40 times or something. It gets really hot and all these other issues that it had. But now the performance is actually really good. All right, so now we're going to talk about the 4090 regarding the performance. So remember what I've said in the past many times. After a mining boom, right? After cryptocurrency goes really high. What's this doing? Cryptocurrency goes really high. After there's been a boom with a lot of GPUs being bought, usually the generation after, it sucks. Kind of like with the 1000 series, when the 2000 series came out, nobody really bought them right away because there's a bunch of 1000 series flooding the market, and it also wasn't that great. So this time around, well, a bunch of 3000 series are flooding the market because, you know, hashtag mining is dead. And now the 4000 series is coming out. I thought it was actually going to suck a lot. Well, guess what, guys? I can admit, I was wrong. It doesn't suck. It's actually really good. Like, generationally very good. Up to 100% performance increase in some games, which is outstandingly amazing. So it retails for what, $1,600, but the 3090 Ti retail for $2,000. So you definitely know Nvidia was trying to pull something, trying to get as much money from us as possible. I feel really bad for all those people that bought 3090 Ti's on day one. No, that's me. Yeah, it sucked. It doesn't feel good knowing that a better deal came out after you bought something. That's for sure. Let me just take a look at chat real quick. Fixation 500. I would vote for the president that gave me a 4090. That is true. That is true. Fixation 500. It was chicken. It was a chicken in every pot. What was that about? I don't remember. Fixation. It is now 4090 in every PCIe slot. Yes. I thought about getting it, but I decided not to go with the 4090 this generation. I'm actually going to skip an upgrade and not going to do all that with my computer. My 3090 is working just fine, and actually is going to get water blocked really soon with some really new heat killer water blocks that I know it's like a generation past now, but hey, it's not my fault. Heat killer released these things in like April of this year, okay? They're a little late to the game, like a year after the card came out. Soul7 says they're really good up until they melt down inside your case, TekShinji. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. I really hope that they fix this cable issue, because if it really is melting down, that's kind of scary. We don't want that. We don't want no melting in cases and stuff like that. That's kind of dangerous. All right, let me get a quick swig of water and we'll go into the AMA section. All right, let's see. Y2K Anonymous, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining. I know you missed it last week, so I really appreciate you being here, man. Thanks so much. So guys, tell me, what do you guys think about this 4080, 12 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte fiasco that's going on? What is your opinion? Would you buy one? I mean, would you buy a 4070 Ti knowing that it was a 4080? Would that make it like feel better? Well, tell me your thoughts and opinions. If you're watching this after the fact, let me know down in the comments below. And that comment area is right below the like button, for those of you that didn't know. Let's see here. Let's see. So, yeah, things going on over here in the TekShinji studio. So, as you guys know, we moved this year. A couple of months ago now, we completed our move. There'll be some videos on that coming out eventually. I've been not in a good spot in my mind a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm doing better, much better, in fact. People that I had people that were a big part of my life got taken away. Now they're kind of back, and we're kind of in this limbo right now. So I'm doing much better mentally, all that good stuff. I put a sticker on my car. It says Fringe from the TV show. You know, the Department of Defense, the double Fs, the backwards Fs. So I put that on my car. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, It's a big update from Tesla, actually. So what happened with Tesla? So as you guys, for those of you that don't know, that are watching right now, actually, let me timestamp this. Yep. Okay, 35 minutes, right? Yeah, 35 minutes, I think, right? Is that what it is? Whatever, I'll figure it out later. So Tesla actually contacted me, right? And they did like 5 things within 24 hours. Like, it's as if they were making up for the past 6 months of ghosting me. So in March of this year, okay, March, I put down my $250 deposit saying I wanted Tesla solar, specifically the solar roof and power walls and all that good stuff. Around June, I would say, they got back to me finally after going through all that process and paperwork. They got back to me around June, and a guy came to my house, actually looked at the place, and I'll have video of that in a future video that's coming out. So make sure you get subscribed because you don't want to miss that. It's a long journey on this Tesla thing, so a lot of people would probably want to know. So recently, like as of Thursday, Wednesday and Thursday rather, I got a message saying that my site my redesign was been approved. I need to go look at it. So I immediately accepted it. About an hour later, they said, "We are filing for permits. Please fill out this paperwork." So I filled it out. And then another hour later, "Hey, we need you to sign the interconnect." What the interconnect is, since my house will be tied to the New Hampshire state grid, okay, electrical grid, I need to sign this paperwork saying it's a request to interconnect to the grid. That way I could get credits for the power I sell back to the system. So that happened. Then after that, I got another piece of paper. I got another email saying, "Oh, I need to go authorize this permit thing." So I filled all these things for permits. And long story short, the original bill I submitted actually had the previous owner's name on it because I didn't want to wait 3 months to get my own bill because I'd be behind 3 months on Tesla Solar. So I got that submitted, and actually Tesla has a thing where they link your account with your utility company. So they could just glean all that information right off the bat without ever having to talk to you. Convenient, yes. Privacy concern, maybe that as well. So yeah, Tesla Solar is going along nicely. All this stuff that's happened in the last couple of days was nice because it kind of made up for the 6-month period. So now I am actually on the phase. Let me go look it up real quick. While I'm looking this up, if you have any questions about it, let me know in live chat. I'm just going to log into my Tesla account. Let's see here. All right, log in. Just want to make sure I don't give away my private email address to any of y'all. You're gonna send me a whole bunch of. You're gonna sign me up for a bunch of weird subscriptions. I don't want that. I'm having to disconnect all of that. All right, I'll let that log in. All right, let me just read chat real quick while this is going. Because I was talking about what you guys thought about the 4080 12 gigabyte. Fixation 500, it's scummy as BitConnect. Yes, it is scummy, isn't it? Like, what did NVIDIA think was going to happen? They're not stupid. Or maybe they are. Maybe they're just greedy. I mean, like, honestly, what do they think was going to happen? It is pretty scammy. Y2K Anonymous says it was a rebanded to 4070. I think most people would be okay with it. Yeah, I think it's too close to a 4070 Ti in my opinion because they are dissimilar, but not that dissimilar, relatively speaking. But I think that's probably what they're gonna do. Dave Collins, late at least, didn't miss all of it. Dave Collins, you are never late. Okay, you always arrive when you mean to, and that's what I appreciate about you. Thanks for coming by, man. Fixation. What's good, Dave? Yeah, what's good, man? What's going on? Y2K. How was the Y2K Anonymous says, how was the poker tourney today? Yeah, I talked about it a little earlier in the stream, but basically it went pretty well. I made it to the first break. Last time I didn't even make it to the first break. I got knocked out in like the first 2 rounds or something. So it was really nice to make it past to the first break and be there. That was really good. 1 second, please. Someone is messaging me that as a priority. Oh, it's my friend Mastermind Andrew. Yes. Okay, cool. I'm in a stream right now. Oh, if you guys were wondering what this is. So, if you, Stella, if you're watching, you know what that is, Stella. That's the sticker you gave me all those months ago. It's still on my phone. Okay? It's still there. Let's take a look at chat. Yes, the poker tourney was great. I made it to the first break. I ended at place number 106. So 106 out of 178 or whatever. So I'm still not in the halfway point, which was my other personal goal. But I think I did much better because last time I was like 160 out of 160. I was one of the first ones to get knocked out. It was not that great. Let's see here. Soul7 says, NVIDIA trying to make up for the profit loss since crypto is down. Yes, those scummy, greedy female dogs, that's what they be doing. Dave Collins, Fudriser, hey, good evening. Yes, good evening. Y2K Anonymous, LOL, last year was funny. I missed it since I had to do Costco shopping. You missed it? You were in it this year, weren't you? I hope you were. Fixation 500, S22 Ultra. Yes, this is, in fact, the S22 Ultra. It's got all those camera lenses and all that good stuff. And it is a giant phone. It's pretty big. It's the kind, you know, they can't call it the Note because the Note got a bad rep after they kind of started blowing up. So it comes with a pen. If you take it out, this is right here. I could write something on here. I could write stuff like that on my phone. So yeah, and you could save notes. It's kind of nice. I actually never used a pen. That was like my third time using it. Don't really use it. Dave Collins says, TekShinji, next year you'll be in top 50. Yeah, I hope so. That'd be freaking nice. I would love to be in the top 50. That means like I actually don't suck at life. Okay, so here's what I can show you guys. Let me clean off the screen because it looks kind of icky. All right, so let me do that. All right, 1 second, please. People are messaging me even though they know I am busy. Streaming, leave me alone. Okay. So yeah, that is what it looks like, guys. That is my 13.68 kilowatt solar roof design. And you can see how that ties in. You see my house. Those are all the light shaded area is the active panels. The dark shaded area on the roof is inactive panels. And that's because on the edges and pitches and around like chimneys and stuff, they can't put real solar panels because you can't take a solar panel and chop it in half and make it to size unless it's a custom panel, which is very expensive. So around those edges, they just put deactivated like metal or glass panels. Fixation 500 says, do you watch 8K VR on your phone? I don't want to answer that question. For those that know, they know what we're talking about. And I am not going to answer to that because I might run for office one day and I don't want someone to bring this stream up and say that I was watching 8K VR on my phone. Or I admitted to it. Alright, so what's going on with you guys? What's going on over there? I'm really excited about this Tesla project. As of right now, it's probably looking like to be next year, actually. It doesn't look like it's going to be done this year because now I'm applying for permits and usually my utility company approves once every quarter. So the earliest I could see any type of activity is maybe December because we are already into the other quarter. So maybe December of this year, they'll come to my house and put a new roof on it. I don't know. If you follow me on Twitter, guys, I did tweet some images and stuff from the Tesla Solar, so go ahead and check that out if you want to know more about that. But I'm thinking like it'll be by summer of next year it'll be done. So basically about a year. It'll take like about a year because almost everyone I talked to had to wait almost a year to be on the wait list anyway, regardless. So I mean, there's things about my new roof design that I want to change, but I don't want to wait 6 months for another redesign. I want to get this done as soon as possible, so I'm producing. So, you know, that'd be kind of nice as soon as that comes up. Let's see here. We're going to go into the ending portion of the stream, or the AMA section, you know what I mean? If you guys have any questions for me, anything related to what's going on with the studio, content coming out, if I could talk about it, I'll talk about it. If you have any questions for me, thank you to everyone that's joined the stream. Philip, Efren, Soul7, Fixation 500, Y2K, Dave Collins. Dave Collins, are you in our Discord? Or do you not have Discord? Because I feel like I see you in my streams a lot. I just don't recall ever talking to you on a different platform or somewhere else. Y2K, I know you're there. I've seen you. Fudriser, I don't know who you are on like Discord. If you're not in Discord, come join our server. That we could talk to you there too. Efren, I know who you are, Mister. Hey. So, guys, what do you think Sweden has advanced technology to make AI chatbots that act like a real person? They program the chatbot to not know they're not real. You think that's possible? Because I think Timothy is a chatbot in our server. I don't think he's real. I think he's fake. I think he's a creation of the Swedish government. All right, what do we got here? We got 46 minutes. Okay. Yeah, guys, so that's what's going on with me. Got Tesla Solar. Kind of upset about the 4080 thing, but I'm also kind of happy. I mean, the thing you got to really consider is, what if another company like, I don't know, Toyota, or, you know, some other company that makes things that are expensive did the same thing as Nvidia just did? I don't think it would go over as well with them. So one thing I wanted to talk about before I end the stream, I plan on doing community gaming nights and stuff in our Discord. If you guys want to be a part of that or be involved, let me know in our Discord or in live chat. I plan on doing a lot of StarCraft and maybe some Northgard. That's more of a niche game, but StarCraft, Overwatch 2, and maybe do some gaming tournaments based in our Discord and stuff like that. And, you know, various prizes like, you know, 3090s and 4080s and 4090s, you know, small things that no one really cares about. Little trinkets, you know, like a trophy of participation, right? Yeah. So, let me know if you guys want to try that. I really want to get back into StarCraft with you guys. I suck, so it'll be really easy for you to win against me. But I'm really thinking about doing something like that before the end of the year. So let me know what you guys think about that. Budweiser says Timothy is a bot from DJ Minds. Did he do the bot thing? I don't know if DJ Minds did that. Did he actually? I don't think so. John Z says, have a great evening, dinner time. Hey, John Z, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. John Z, you've been with us for a long time, since the very, very beginning when I was with the other Discord. So appreciate you being here, man. Fixation 500 says, oh, StarCraft. Yes, StarCraft. StarCraft 2 specifically. I don't want to do 1 or Brood War, because it's just, there's a lot of function of life things that are just not that great, in my opinion. All the money 589. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. We're actually kind of toward the end now. We're gonna be ending here pretty soon, but yeah, so just to go over, yeah, we had the Aeon poker tournament today, and that was pretty fun. It was a lot of fun. If you guys don't know about it, there's another tournament going on next month. So those are gonna be happening once a month until April or thereabouts. I'm not exactly sure on the exact timing, but yeah, we got a lot of poker tournaments coming. I'm going to try to be in almost every one of them. Some of the coins I've never mined or looked at, so it'd be interesting. Like, I think Diro's the next one. I got to go double check. But yeah, there's a lot of tournaments coming up, and you guys probably saw the live stream on DCA Adventure today. It was a lot of fun, and hope you guys are there for the next one, because it's totally free to join. They will even play a game with you and let you win all their chips, so you can get enough chips to join. So it costs nothing to join, but the potential to win like 500 Aeon if you knock me out, you know, it's a lot of fun. So make sure you guys check that out. Carter Travolt, Tesla roof. Ooh, yes, the Tesla roof, the solar roof, not the solar panels, but the actual roof that is made out of solar. So my quote came to $75,000. That includes 2 power walls. But with the new federal tax credit being it went from 26 to 30%. Thank you to everyone in the United States that has helped paying for my roof. I really appreciate it, guys. I really do. I will make sure to come to your house and slip it out of your wallets personally when the time comes. So I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna 30%. So the total comes to $55K. Now you guys might be saying, wow, Shinji, that's a lot of money. $55,000. Yes, it is. But here's the thing. I got a quote for a new roof for my house, a metal roof, which is a similar product in my opinion, like a premium product, right? Not a slate roof, but a nice roof, right? The quote came back at over $30,000. So if we just be, very conservative and say cost 20,000 or whatever, maybe 15 for a slate roof, or sorry, a shingle roof, right? Now we bring the solar cost to 30,000, right? And then there's the 2 power walls. We take that off. That's another 10,000. Was it? Yeah, 10,000. It was $18,000. So the batteries don't count, because you got to remember, a roof replacement does not have an ROI time. That's not how it works. It's going to be a negative ROI forever, because you put it on your house and you're going to need another one eventually. So the walls, the power walls, you get a $2,000 discount if you do it with the solar. And I got 2 of them, and they're expensive. It's like $1,700 for one, or $20,000 for 2. So if I didn't do the power walls, I'd save more money. But then it's nice having 20 kilowatts of standby power, because you can basically run your whole house without ever knowing. And then you can look across the street at your neighbors when they have no power and laugh at and point at them. So let's take a look at chat real quick. Grundabit says, Aeon tourneys are so fun and cozy. So great to see others taking it up too. Yes, it's a lot of fun, man. If you guys don't know about the Aeon poker tournament, you guys should definitely join. I will be tweeting about it as the time gets closer. So either follow me on Twitter or get sub to our channel. I will be talking about it. And yes, Soul7, the Discord is linked in the description of this video, right under that like button. So go ahead and check that out if you want to come join our Discord. We got a lot of cool stuff going on there. A lot of water cooling stuff lately, and we have a lot of different things. Like we're talking about solar. Sometimes we talk about electricity. We all have like some of us have eco flows. We'll be doing some videos on that. Spoiler alert, it's not a good deal. Like for convenience and ease of use, yeah, it's 100% worth the money. But for the same amount of money, you could get like double the capacity if you just build it yourself. Let's see here. Budweiser says, join your Discord. First rule is don't be a dick. Yes. Yeah. We don't want people to be mean to each other. Carter 12 volt. That's a lot of damage. Yes, it is. But like, I hope you understand when I was explaining. I'll get to the more financial part in a different video later. But it actually, so I had a quote from a regular solar company from panels on my roof. And the quote came back literally like $50,000. I'm not even joking. They wanted a lot of money, and that's after federal tax credit. So the Tesla solar roof almost just makes sense. And it doesn't devalue my house because it looks like a regular black roof. Fixation says he's the exception. Soul7 says, or live in Hurricane Alley and get a new roof every year. Actually, so there was a YouTuber that actually lives in Florida that got hit by the hurricane, and the whole time he had power, even though there's water up to his driveway. Everyone's flooded out. He's had power the whole time. He's able to charge his Tesla and everything. And his solar roof is totally intact. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. It really is. Benz 310, homeowners insurance, roof replacement with 10 years. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's another thing I'll get into in a different time because I want to kind of end this soon. I want to play some StarCraft tonight. So, yeah, homeowners insurance gets a little weird when you have a solar roof. Efren says Shinji's house explains why B printed money. Things expensive there. Yeah, our president. Yeah, the Inflation Reduction Act. It's more like the Inflation Increation Act. Am I right? Haha. Just joking. But thank you to everyone that does live in America because you guys are helping me pay for this. I really do appreciate it, and I give a toast and a salute to you. It's not a fireball, but it's refreshing. All right, guys, so that's all I had for this live stream. We're approaching close to an hour. Wow, I didn't really expect. I expect to be on for like 40 minutes at most. Thanks for all the questions, guys. If you have any final questions, because there's about a 30-second delay, Any other questions for me before I go? Otherwise, I'll log off. I'll get on Discord and I'll go play some StarCraft or Northcard or maybe some Overwatch 2. That's been really fun lately. So let me know if you have any questions in the live chat. Soul7 says, hey, I assist in getting gas to your area. Yes, Soul7, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for all that you do. Now, go back out there on those oil fields and get me more gas. No, just joking. Yeah, appreciate it, Soul7. You do work on those oil rig platforms, and it's not a fun environment to work in, that's for sure. Carter Charvel, how come are you from like a YouTube channel or something? I'm trying to remember who you were. Trying to remember who you were, man. Let me see here. I don't want to put you in. I want to see who you are. I'm gonna copy you. Your name seems a little bit familiar. I'm gonna check you out. Okay, I guess you're not a YouTube channel. I thought you were a YouTube channel. Someone on Twitter added me recently and told me to go check out his YouTube, and it seemed kind of cool. All right. Yeah, my day was pretty good, man. So we had a Aeon poker tournament today. That was kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah, I got all that news from Tesla. That was nice. I got to speak to someone that I love, and that was kind of nice. There's some circumstances that make it so we can't really talk very much right now, but it was nice to talk to them. I had some popcorn shrimp for dinner. Let's see, I got to sleep in and stay asleep as long as I wanted to, and there's nothing anyone could say or do. So that was nice. Carter Trevold says, I'm a nobody, but a ghost in the wind. No, you're not. You are a somebody, especially if you're not an AI. If you're a real living, breathing human, then you are someone to us and someone to me, at least. Alright guys, so that will be it for this week's live stream. Remember, we have a live stream on the same channel every week. It's either been 7 or 8 o'clock. This week it's been 8. But it'll be here, same bad time, same bad channel. So make sure you get subscribed, hit that like button, and join our Discord, linked in the description below, for the next one. Especially, you could suggest content and all that kind of cool stuff in our Discord. We got a lot of great sections for there. We will see you soon. I plan on releasing videos. I do. It's just I had a lot of mental issues and stress in the past couple of months, to be honest, and 2 weeks ago it was really bad. I like cried and everything, but I'm better now, so hopefully that'll happen real soon. Thank you to everyone that joined our stream this week, and I really appreciate you guys being here. I know you guys got a lot of places you can go, but I really do appreciate you being here. Remember guys, we'll see you next week, same bad time, same bad channel. Take care.